Hey guys, so I put up a quick video earlier today about this thing. Um so this is something I've been working on. I know I haven't put up any videos recently about other stuff. But this is something I've been doing in my spare time, outside of work, and I haven't got into videos for the other machines. There's stuff all over them. Whoa! Don't zoom. That's bad. Um, yeah, I'll get back to doing this stuff when I've got the time. Anyway, so I've been working on a Dreamcast to JAMMA mod. Um, I got my volt meters the other day. Well, yesterday actually. Um, this is just like held in with two screws at the moment just to keep it together. Um, So as you can see, there is wires everywhere. I'll be going through and doing cable management once the build is complete. Um, but at the moment, I've got my voltmeters installed. I've got my power to jammer installed. Inside this, there's actually another socket for a 12 volt lead off like mains. Um, that's for the Pico. I've got a Pico PSU or a Pico power supply in this thing. Um, so it will take any standard 12 volt lead directly into the console and then redistribute it as needed to the rest of it. These LED displays only display the voltages coming off the jammer harness, which is handy. Like this console is actually off at the moment. They're not super accurate, so you still need a like a voltage meter, a voltmeter, just to make sure, because these things, it's a switching power supply, so you can turn it up, turn it down. You don't want your shit to go bang. So that's pretty much what this is. It's just to ballpark it, so you can see if it's within tolerable power. Anyway, so what I've done is I've just hooked up the power to the harness. It's got RGB sync and all that hooked up to the harness. This will be undone and it'll be desoldered and resoldered. I'm waiting on parts. I've got a RGB amp on the way. So I'll give you a little bit of a backstory as to why I'm doing this with this specific console. I ordered a Chinese AV cable a couple of years ago, and it worked. I played my console, played a couple of games, and had my fun with it. But when I went to pack it away, I don't know if you can see. I mean, this thing's filthy. When I pull it apart, I'm going to have to give it a bit of a clean. I gave the top shell a clean, so that's looking a lot better than it was. The rest of the top half of the console was like the bottom half. So yeah. Anyway, when I went to pack it away, it ripped out a bunch of pins along with the cable. So, and because it's like so old, this thing's like what, 20 years old now. A lot of these ports were corroded. I actually got this off a friend a couple of years ago. He just gave it to me, and yeah, so a lot of these ports have corroded and they're brittle. And anyway, it's pulled pins out, so it is no longer useful for a TV via the AV out. That socket is absolutely ruined. I did think about converting it to VGA, which still required soldering to the board, but I thought I was going to have some fun with it, since I've got my arcades that I absolutely adore, and thought about going through the JAMMA side of things. So this is being modified to JAMMA just so the console gets to see some love and just for some fun. Um, but yeah, anyway, as I said, power is coming directly from JAMMA. Voltages are decent. Um, Anything like over 12 volt, like 13 volt or whatever, no, do not, no, bad. But the Dreamcast has been known to run perfectly fine at like 7 volt, 7.7. I think, was it Ben Heck did a portable Dreamcast and he had it running on like 7 volt. So it's not incredibly bad for it. It's just, just not as much power to run things. So yeah, anyway. So the console's not actually on, but I can still get my voltages off the JAMMA harness. So I can turn it on. And there's no video out at this current time. So, there's going to be absolutely nothing up on here. But yeah, so what the plan is I'm going to make all this. I'm going to have the JAMMA edge sticking out the back of here. What I need to do, the checklist of things I need to do, is get video out. That's the first thing I've got to sort out. After that, because I pretty much want this to be plug and play straight into the JAMMA edge. So I'm going to end up converting stereo to mono, just because I want everything coming out of the JAMMA edge. I mean, it's counterproductive, I know. Sound is not going to be as good, I know. But I'm going to be running stereo to mono, just so it can run off a JAMMA edge. It's the only reason. Next up, I'm going to be doing the controller hack, or the pad hack, to be running that off the JAMMA edge as well. That would be up, down, left, right, and your first 4 buttons, or 3 buttons. Just so it's, the 3 buttons off a standard JAMMA. The other 3, or if I can go 4. So I can go 4 buttons off the JAMMA. And then I'm going to be putting in a JST connector to host, or to be able to use a standard CPS2 kick harness. So I'll also install a JST male connector outside of this thing, so you can use the female plug for a existing CPS2 harness. I think I've actually... Do I have one in this? I don't have a kick harness in this machine. This is running the Pandora's box, or the Little Elf clone. This is also running through VGA as well. I've got a CGA to VGA converter somewhere, which will be handy for this. It'll look like absolute garbage, but it'll be handy for this. So I've also considered getting one of the karaoke add-ons for Sonic or whatever. It's a little piggyback thing, and I was thinking of housing my 2 controller pad hacks under the console in the karaoke extension, and then just running up the controller cables into the front here. So then you'll be getting 2-player off the control panel, and it's just a little bit more room to work with. But this is what I've been doing. I'm currently rambling a lot. Also, Beep73, I did get your comment on my last quick video. I did see your video before you mentioned it. Looking good. That's some really clean work. But yeah, I will be putting a GDMU into this. The the original CD or GD-ROM drive actually works, but I did have another console with one that didn't work, and since this has a busted AV, I might as well put a GDMU into this one and use the working GD-ROM drive into my other unit just so it's original. I have a working original power console. So yeah, anyway, that's what I've been working on. Just waiting on parts really to complete this and see how it all goes. The RGB on the board may even be dodgy, and if it doesn't work, the case is still modified to accept a new motherboard. So if I do find another console later down the line that has, like, I don't know, a broken GD-ROM drive or broken controller ports, I have working parts in this one, and all I need to do is a motherboard swap. Just do some more soldering on the motherboard and swap the case over. Anyway, that's what I've been up to, guys. I'll be putting up videos here and there as I go along. I've got a Twitter now, which I sort of regularly put up posts every now and then. Saves me uploading a full video or a small video when I can't do a full video anyway. That is at 8, the number 8. It's 8 Toaster, one word. I've also got a Facebook page, which is 8-Bit Toaster, and I'll probably put the links to those, or the @ handle, and the link to the page in the description for this video. Just something on the side that I can, or if you're interested in following what I'm doing while I'm not uploading stuff, you can check them out. So yeah, that's it, and I'll upload again when there's more to show off.